Oh, I don't know if that actually focused, but that's okay.
Put my life in the safe, then I take it all. I'ma play it smarter, I won't play it all. Heart in my soul in this bitch. I got trials and tribulations and foes, I'll fade them all. Ain't nobody fucking with me, boy, I'm outside getting to it. I got choreography the way a nigga moving. I ain't even hit the pinnacle, I want a rollie on my wrist. All I need residuals up in my back pocket. I know you see the shit I'm on, no you can't stop it. Look like God chose me and now you gotta watch it. I know you see the shit I'm on, no you can't stop it. Look like God chose me and now you gotta watch it.
Yo,
That was very fire.
yo, welcome back to the pod. Been a minute.
Gang, very long minute. Sorry.
It's been good though.
Has it? Yeah, it's been very productive. Lots of things happening in between. You've been doing your thing. I've been doing my thing, making lots of closies. You've been shooting a lot more.
I been out just going out to shows and recording, doing some stuff for Afterthought, and recording for some of my friends' stuff too as well. And it's been pretty good. Been loving it.
Gang.
You just got back from San Diego though. How was that? That whole trip, that whole show.
It was a lot. It was a lot. We had fun though. We made it work. Everything happens for a reason. Everything went good though. The show went all right. The show went great. Lots of people showed up. I think we made some new fans, made some money there. And we shot a music video there that we're getting ready for some things for hopefully this month. December. Rebel Status is trying to put out some music.
That was pretty dope. Like I saw that. I like what Dosa was doing. How you guys all had like a vision.
The reels. Yeah.
Like no, that was smart as fuck. Like
that
the way he was. Who came with the idea?
That was Dosa. He was trying to get them to do it all weekend, which was really funny too, because he kept being like, he'd come up to me and he'd be like, "Hey, so do you like think the guy should do those reels that I was talking about earlier, right?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, totally." And be like, "All right, well, whenever you want to set that up," and I'd be like, "Dosa, ask them. They're people too. Like I can't set that up for you. Like we're all here right now. Ask them." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're right. And then so he would, on the very last day when we're like all like packing up to leave, he's like, "Hey, we never did those reels. Like, can I get you guys all to do this before we get the fuck out of here?" And they were like, "Oh fuck," and then picking songs and all that shit.
That was pretty dope though. It seemed like it was planned out pretty well.
It was. Yeah.
Didn't realize.
I mean,
like, behind the scenes of like what everyone like does for the work and stuff. So that was pretty cool.
It was cool to see Dosa working like that because it's like I was going to sleep pretty early every night, not super early, but like 11, 12. Everyone else was like partying. Everyone else was drinking, having a lot of fun. So I'd be one of the first people up in the morning, like around like 6, 7 in the morning or something. And it'd be like me and like 2 other people. And then it would be Dosa and he'd be editing. And I'd be like, "How the fuck did you go to sleep at 3 a.m. last night? And now you're up at 6 or 7 in the morning editing videos."
That's dedication right there.
Yeah, I was like, I know you're built different for sure, Dosa. He was definitely having some fun. I know he definitely had his qualms about some of the food out there, but food does not smack apparently in San Diego. It only slaps.
I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of felt that too. I've been to San Diego a couple times now, and I feel like the food out there is not. I'm just not used to it. It's just not the
move, not the vibe.
My buddy out here, he's from San Diego. He always talks about rolled tacos, which are pretty good. But he also talks,
isn't it?
It's basically taquitos.
Yeah.
Then he talks about how San Diego and the burritos, they don't put rice and beans in them. And I was like, I need my rice and beans in a burrito.
Wait, is that a thing? I didn't even know that.
That's what he said.
Right next to San Diego.
That's what he said.
I've always just said no beans and no rice if I don't want beans or rice in my shit.
I don't know. It just, he said places like that. Like, and I was out there and there are burritos with just meat in it. And I'm just like, but they're like skinny burritos. I'm just like,
That's very interesting.
If I want just meat, I'll get a taco. Like I'm not
for real.
Like I'm getting a burrito because I want to. I'll get a burrito because I want to
get filled
whole
up.
ass meal.
Yeah.
But where was this show at? Was it like downtown San Diego? Was it Gaslamp?
Bro, it's so hard to even explain. So it was actually in this place. It's not. It's part of San Diego County, but it's just outside of actual San Diego City. It's called La Mesa. If I know La Mesa correctly. Yeah. So there's like this strip mall there. It was pretty, honestly, in my opinion, it was kind of cool, like, because it's just this old strip mall from like the 80s, 90s, right? It doesn't look like it's been like touched since the 80s or 90s. Like,
Oh shit.
it was giving me like old like Power Rangers like sitcom kind of energy, you know? It just looked really colorful and it was really cool. But then there was this it was a shop inside the strip mall. It's called Good Times, and they basically just do like photo shoots and stuff there. So we had set it up as like a multi-tier thing kind of, which was kind of cool. So it was like half of it was like set up for photos and then the other half was for the actual show itself. And we had set it up pretty cool. You know, people were coming in and out, and I feel like we got some people there that didn't have much to do in La Mesa.
I wish that like I would have went, because that sounds fucking dope. So you did a photo shoot too while you're there?
We were hitting like photo shoots on and off, yeah. And then like the next day too, there was a studio that was like 5 minutes away from the venue that we had also booked for pretty much most of the day. So I had invited some random people from like San Diego, LA area and been like, hey, like you're fucking with the brand, like you want to shoot, like I'm going to be out here these dates, like if you can make that. And then met some random people. It was fun. It was cool. Did a little networky game, whatever.
That's what's up. People you don't know, like just random people
that like always hit me up on Instagram and they're like, yo, I'm trying to shoot, like blah blah blah, and it's like, you live in LA, I can't shoot with you. You live in San Diego, I can't shoot with you.
That's what's up. I mean? So you like remember those people and you just like,
yeah. Well, if you're like always talking to me like on Instagram, like if you're DMing me in the comments, sharing, like I'm gonna notice you. You know what I mean? So like those people who are like really fucking with it and they're like, yo, like I want to be a part of it. It's like, that's very easy. Like you're doing everything.
That's what's fucking up.
Yeah. So it was cool. I met this dude. T Groovy is his name. Shouts out to T Groovy. He like makes his own fucking raps, like his own like grabba leaves. Like,
oh shit! Okay.
I was like really weirded out by it. So hey, you know, look up Groovy and his raps. I forget what they're called right now, but I'm sure you can look it up on his thing. But just, you know, it was just like a bunch of meeting of like new people, trying to like get the energy right, trying to, you know, make the most of our time. We were only there for like 3 days, so we were trying to like squeeze out of as much as we could out of it. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. I mean, it seems like you guys did a lot and you guys took advantage of the opportunity and stuff.
Yeah, we got everything that we wanted to do done, which was like the important part.
Was that the first Rebel Status?
That was the first time we left. Yeah, that was the first time we ever left. Besides like Santa Rosa, but like, you know, like San Diego is like far as fuck. You know,
that's fucking sick. And then, are you guys planning to do another one, or like how did that go?
Bro, it was kind of a mess, like planning wise, like coordinating wise. It was just like a lot of stuff. If it happens again, I don't really want to be involved in the planning process. Like I'm like, someone else has to deal with that, because
it burned you out, man.
It burned me the fuck out. Like I was just like, no, like I can't do that anymore.
Nah, I feel you on that. Like it's hard when you're trying to coordinate a lot of people at once, and especially when like it feels like I'm not saying this is the case, but I know in the past for me, it's like you feel like you're doing all the work while everyone's just like chilling. Yeah, and it's just like, and it's like, I get it, you know, people are busy doing things, but whatever. It's like sometimes it's like,
I think we just need to like
step back.
Better at like delegating. Like me personally, you know what I mean? Like I need to be better at like, oh, like I need you to do this, like, because I'm doing this over here, so blah 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 blah.
No, that's true. I mean? Like that you have to, because you burn yourself out. It's like, nah.
Yeah, and then, you know, communication. Just learning about communication in general, like talking with each other and like making sure that like everyone's on the same page and no one's like, oh, I thought we were doing this when we're doing this, you know, that kind of thing. It was a lot, but it's nice to be back. It was pretty funny. We were all kind of, not to be rude to San Diego, but we were all shitting on San Diego kind of the most of the time we were there. And then, like, I was like...
The fish tacos are good there, though.
Fish tacos?
Fire.
I'm not a fish taco person.
Well, if you don't like fish tacos, then the food's like...
No, I'm just playing. But, like, so it was funny because, like, as soon as we left, I came home on my own time. Like, everyone else kind of group tripped up there. And then so I took a flight back by myself. And it was funny because, you know, like, when you get to, like, a place that isn't a city, like a suburban area or like a boonies area, you kind of, you know, you go, like it feels so good to like get some fresh air, but that's the first thing I did when I dropped into the TL. I was like, I need to smell some fresh shit and piss. Like I need some stability in my life.
I was waiting for you.
Yeah, I was waiting for me, exactly. Also, there was hella shit in San Diego too.
Is the TL or is like your area back to where it was before they started doing the sweeps and everything?
Oh, you're talking about the TL itself? Like my area, the area that I live in, they're still kind of keeping up the whole like facade, but like the areas right next to me are very much back to normal.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, all that bullshit for
it was weird as fuck to see though. Like I didn't even know. So like over by Civic Center, they were building forever, right? Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck are they doing? What's going on? And then I can see like little things. I'm like, oh, it looks like a gym, a rec center or something. That looks nice. And then when I'm doing the fucking collab thing I did with Mario, he's like, do you want to go to the skate park at Civic Center? And I was
yeah, they built a skate park.
I was like, there's no skate park at Civic Center. He's like, they just built it. And then I get there and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then he's like, yeah, they built it just in time for the APEC convention. And I was just like, oh my God, you're right. Like, what the fuck?
When the city wants to do something, they'll do it.
It's crazy because that place used to be, not that I really thought it was a bad problem. I'm sure a lot of people did, but like, you know, it was kind of surrounded by like homeless people, like, and people doing drugs and stuff. So like, I get why they did it, but it's like, I wish you'd have done it for the city, not for.
Well, like there is the, I forget what that term is called, is when they start putting the planters there so that people can't camp. They call it environmental.
I know what you're talking about.
I forget what the fuck the word is, but they're starting to do that everywhere now. They're starting to put like, hella, like, put them up. These big ass like planters things, like, and then sometimes it's like not even paid for the city, like the local area, like people.
It makes no fucking sense.
Paying for them because they just don't want.
It's also like a hazard because like if the fucking pavement isn't enough, like it's a wheelchair thing or like a safety hazard for certain disabled people, and it's like you guys can't do this. Like no one asked for this. And I would frankly rather there be a tent there than a fucking, or at least, you know what, even be better? Just let the people that had the tents, give them a fucking hotel to sleep in. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, the city be on some bullshit sometimes.
Yeah.
But I did want to segue into your drop that's happening this Friday. You talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so me and Mario came together. Mario, okay, if you know who that is, the guy... If you've ever been anywhere in the Bay, it's the guy that goes, you know, like, what's Too Short's favorite word? Okay, you know what I'm talking about. So
what was I supposed to say? Bitch shit, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Here's $1. Just kidding. So
he's probably like the most viral like content creator out in the Bay Area. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Like he's pretty big, well known,
very smart guy. But so he had hit me up. He actually hit me up when Stunnaman's birthday thing.
Oh yeah.
That's when he initially like hit me up and he was like, yo, like I want to do a collab with you, like, and we can figure something out. Blah blah blah. And then like I was like, okay, well, do you have any ideas? Because I don't really have any ideas. And he was like, no. And then I was like, okay, well, let's come back to this idea when we have an idea. And so, you know, I had made those reversibles like 2 years ago now. And I was like, I would really like to perfect them. So I kind of just hit Mario with this idea and was like, hey, like, here's a puffer vest. It's kind of, or a puffer jacket. It's really cool for the Bay Area because it's a Bay Area thing to wear a puffer jacket kind of. We get two sides because, you know, there's kind of two sides to the Bay. One's very black, all black everything, and doesn't want to show any color. And one's really colorful and shows probably a little too much color. You know what I mean? Sure. So we kind of like put both of those sides together, and then he got one side, I got one side. We came together, made it happen. It's honestly one of my favorite jackets that I've probably made so far. It's pretty quality. It's pretty fun. I fucking used it as a blanket for when I was traveling to San Diego. When I was like waiting for my fucking flights to come, like my, what do you call them? My layovers or whatever. I was just sleeping with it. But yeah, it's cool. I'm really happy that it's being made. We're going to do them for like 1:30 on Friday at 12 p.m. There's only 20 of them. So you kind of got to move fast, hopefully, you know, if people buy them. But it's looking pretty good so far. People are fucking with them. People are also making fun of them, which I think is pretty funny. I saw somebody say they look like a bag of Takis, which I was like, that's really good. That's a great fucking say.
Do you like everything how it came out? Like, are you
I'm like pretty grateful for everything came out. I was really scared because I did like a Chanel patch, which is different than like embroidery. Chanel is like it's like a rug kind of. What's something, like the Bay hoodies? Have you seen the Bay hoodies?
I actually have a sweater or I have a jacket that
has Chanel. Oh, okay.
That I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's just like.
Let me bring it real quick.
Yeah, you're gonna bring it. Yeah, I'll just explain still too. It's just a rug material. It's kind of hard to get right exactly. So I was very worried about that. I was worried about colors. I was worried about like the pattern, but everything came out pretty muy bien. I have nothing to really complain about. And Mario seemed to like it a lot too. And we're rocking with the both sides. I wish I kind of wore it right now, but I don't. So, let's see. Oh yeah, that's Chanel. So yeah, you can see it's just like kind of ruggy. It's just like one of those ones where you kind of have to be careful with, like, I don't know, you shouldn't really fold it or anything, I guess, But yeah, so I'm really happy about how it came out. So perfecto. And then I also had like some other stuff that came out. Well, didn't come out, but like that came with it. Nobody knows, but I got these too. These are the bags.
Oh shit!
Can't see, little fanny pack kind of bag.
Yeah, I love that like style. Like I love that style. It's
super cool. Yeah.
This is like a vintage jacket that I got at a thrift
Yeah, it definitely looks like the type. It's a starter too. Super nice.
One. But I've never seen a Giants one like that, so that's like I picked it up.
Have to. Yeah. I love shit that has Chanel on it though. It's I
never knew what the style was.
Chanel patching. Yeah.
Why do they call it Chanel patching?
I'm not really sure. I think maybe it's like the type of whatever the fuck you have to do to like get it to stay on. So I think that's what it is. Could be wrong though. But yeah, it was just cool to do. It's something new. It's like it's a risk for me, you know what I mean? But I think it'll pay off. I think it'll be
Is it on both sides or?
No, so it's just my side is on the back, and then his side has the front is just like a regular embroidery, which is still really nice too, but we didn't want to like Chanel that too just because it was so small. We thought it wouldn't really, you wouldn't be able to read it or anything, But yeah, it'll be really cool. We also me and Aft are also working on one more collab before the year is over. I think you may have seen at least one of them. We had like an Everybody Eats apron.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah.
He sells that at his shows sometimes.
Yeah, so we're making them again, and we're making them like just a little different. It's not very different at all, but it has like pockets now and stuff like that, so you can like kind of work with it more in the kitchen, I guess. But that'll be really cool. That'll be out before the year. That's like, I think I'm dropping like 4 things before the year is over, which is crazy.
Oh yeah. Do you feel like we're not done with the year yet, but do you feel like you like went for it this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think I went for it this year, and I think I even like kind of have next year already done, which is like scary to think about, but it's like kind of nice, It's one of those moments where I hopefully get to sit back for a little minute. Well,
anything I've learned from like my girlfriend who works like in the fashion industry as a buyer is basically that's how it is. Like you plan, like the year is already planned out.
Yeah.
Like you do your research now, you plan it out, and then you pay for it because people don't realize like it takes time for the product to be made, to source the product, to have the funds available for the product, and blah blah blah. And then you could just going off of that, because if you're trying to decide like month in month out of what's going to happen, you're never going to be able to make especially if you're trying to make a lot of them, because it won't happen in time. So I'm glad that you're at that point now where you're just like know what you want, you're putting it out so you can have availability.
Yeah, and I think it'll work a little bit better for me, because then it's like I'm very much the type of person to like wear out something the moment I have it. You know what I mean? So like when I get something new, like I'll wear it like 100 times, but now it's like I have like 15 new things, so it's like I can kind of like relax and just kind of like wear whatever. And then it's also a little nice just because like I'm gonna be honest, like I kind of really bet on myself this year, and I put out another credit card just to like pay off for some of this stuff, like to get here just before the new year. And so like in that term, I'm like really scared, but then I'm also like, at least I'm not spending on something stupid like drugs or, like, or alcohol or whatever, like it was pretty funny. I'm pretty strapped for cash at the moment. So I was like asking my mom, I was like, hey, like, can you help me buy these storage bins? Like it would really help me like for my business, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, yeah, sure. And then she was like, just show me like which ones you want. And the ones I wanted were a little expensive. They were like $100 or something. And she's like, yeah, no problem. And I was like, really? Like, thank you. Like, I'm surprised that I could just get you to give me $100 so easy. And she's like, I know you're not spending it on fucking drugs. So, I mean, I'm happy that it's something you can get money back on.
People like that love you, support you.
Yeah, I was like, damn, okay, thanks, Mom. Like, it's just a good feeling, you know? It's one of those moments where it's like, oh, like, okay, like, this isn't the dumbest decision I could make. Like, at least it's something like that I believe in, you know?
Your mom's happy. That's the best feeling you probably could do is like,
yeah.
Your mom, you don't have to feel like she doesn't be worried so much about you all the time.
Yeah. I don't think she really, kind of gets what it is either, but she is excited for me. Like it's pretty funny. My dad never used to talk about clothing stuff with me, but now he's like asking, he's like, when does this come out? Like, I'm trying to buy it. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what? I don't know.
Hey, he's trying to connect it to you, see?
Yeah. It's just interesting, you know, full circle moment when you start getting older, I guess.
Well, it also comes true is like when you actually start doing what you want to do. At first, people might question it, people might laugh at it, and then when you actually do it and it becomes successful, people want to copy it or people want it. Yeah, and that's the truest thing about any type of like art form or anything you've done. It's like, yeah, you know, people, they won't respect you or respect it until you actually are more successful, and then you get some people that are like that believe you from the beginning. Yeah. That are still with you. That like, then you get those people that are hella fake. They're like, oh, I always knew you were gonna do this. Man.
No, yeah. If you can't beat them, join them. You know.
Yeah, there's that shit like that. So that's only more motivation to keep on going to do what you want to do in your life and your craft, and you know, just keep going for it. People don't realize how much behind the scenes stuff that you do as far as like your marketing stuff for you. I feel like over the year you've gotten so much. Like, I always thought you were good, but like now I feel like you're dialed in.
No, yeah, I think I'm kind of getting better too.
You're dialed in, and you're getting to the point where it's like it's starting to flow, and it's starting to make like it looks pretty fucking sick.
Thank you.
Where it's like you know that marketing side of like your business is very important.
It is, yeah. And I think you're right. I think I definitely tried a little bit more this year. What I really want to do for next year, hopefully, is I want to do the shit that LaRussell does, like where he's like, I just need like a weekend to like knock out a month like of marketing. Cause I get so tired of thinking of shit to do every day. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, like, cause I'm like the type where it's like, oh fuck, I need something to post today. And then I think about it for, 10 minutes or whatever. And then I make it right there. But it's like, if I could just spend like an hour or two and knock out like 30 posts, then it'd be like, okay, at least I can relax for real right now.
Have you ever done that before?
I did it once before I went to Washington, because I was gone for like a week and a half or something, I want to say. So I just set up that whole week because I was like trying not to be on my phone. I wanted to be like really in the moment when I was there. So that was the only time I did it, and it was varied results. You know what I mean? Like, it was strange because I wasn't getting as many likes as I usually would, but then it's like also like, why should I really care? Like, as long as like I'm still getting like engagement or whatever, does it matter? You know what I mean? It's one of those things. It's like the shot I feel like is more important than the like results. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I understand. It's hard because it's like you have expectations, and if those expectations are not met, you might feel like, all right, now what I got to do to be different. So maybe an hour, like 30 videos or too much. So now you dial it down to 15. Maybe 15 gets more direct content. So you won't have to block out that time, so you could like separate it.
Yeah, that's true.
So it might be easier. It might be a blessing. So you could do it like that way, because sometimes that works for some people, sometimes it doesn't. But you also have to remember, like people like Russell, they have a team of of people creating this stuff. So it's not just him that's doing that 2 hour block. Like he's like, there's multiple people, so it adds up as like an 8 hour block of like ideas. Yeah. So it's like when you're a one man band, you have to like.
We gotta work on that this year, dog. We gotta realize we gotta all work on this.
you're vital to your success, but you gotta remember like other people's success. It's nothing against it. Like the Russell's he's great. He's a fucking machine.
Yeah.
But like
I get what you're saying.
There are people that are at the top of that have a team that has something down already. So it's like when you get to that level, you're gonna get to that point where you are gonna have a team.
How do you feel about it right now? Because you're making like kind of big strides and stuff too. Like, how do you feel about like what's something that you want to do for next year?
Be more consistent.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's it. Be more consistent. Being able to work with others, and like how I am doing stuff with Afterthought, being able to be more consistent with his art that he puts out, and being able to develop into a team. And I want to see him grow and become fucking, just get out there and do his thing. Cause I remember when I first started like working with him, he was like, I'm busy all the time. Like I'm always doing shit. Like my life's crazy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I know, I believed him, but then I see it and I'm like, oh, I believe him. Like, you know, like
you see it.
You see how like how much work he actually puts in.
Yeah.
How much available content is there, and he does it not for content, he does it because that's his life, you know, like that's how he lives.
Literally
and so it's a little chaotic sometimes, and you're just like, oh, it's a little overwhelming sometimes, because it's like,
for real,
I'm down, but like I'm crazy too, but it's like sometimes I'm a little bit more reserved to certain things because I have to be, because I have I have to work, have like my day job, and then I have other responsibilities in my life, so it's like I gotta find a better way of working that becomes more consistent, so I could deliver more consistent results. So
something that works for you.
Yeah, something works for me, because right now I'm not satisfied with the type of work I've done towards the end of the year. I wanted to get better.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
I want to get better. I feel like I didn't really know anything about videography as I thought I did, and so learning how to record shows in like a dark venue was like different first time for me.
Oh, okay.
Learning how to just get better at certain things, learning how to video edit better, learning how to do short form content, which I really never actually done. So it's like
a tough one. Yeah.
That is, to me, it's a lot of things that are going in, whereas like you think you know until you actually do it, until you have to learn how to do, you know. Yeah. You learn what you don't know, and I learned that I don't know that much.
Yeah, and so I think that's kind of something that
that's what kind of opened my eyes.
yeah, not knowing as much as you feel like you should.
And I think that's a good thing. Is like it opens your opportunity to grow and to learn and stuff. And I feel like when you get to the moment when you think you know it all, that's when you're
losing.
Yeah, that's when that's the opportunity where you're gonna.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear criticism. You don't want to hear feedback. You think you just got it down.
There's a lot of people like that our age too, who are like, no, I know everything there is about this.
That was me. Like when I graduated at college, like at 25, I thought I knew everything. I thought I was like,
you were done.
I was like, oh, I know everything. I thought I was hot shit. I thought I was gonna get a fucking 6-figure job right away. Like I just thought like I was, I knew what I was doing. Yeah. I was just, but then I realized I was like, oh, I'm just a smarter idiot than I was yesterday.
I'm just a smarter idiot. That's a great way to put it. I got to start using that.
I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right. Just life hits you. People will support you when you're in college and like, oh, you're hyped up, you're great. But after you graduate, everyone's like, yeah, you should be doing this. No one gives a fuck. All that support happiness is like,
dead ass.
All right, go do what you got to do to survive.
For real though. That is hella crazy to think about.
What about you? How do you feel towards the end of the year? How you did?
I mean, I think I did fairly well. I kind of wish that I like could have done more, but then I look at it and I'm like, what else could I have done? You know what I mean? I'm like, I feel like I put my all into it, which I'm happy about. But it's one of those things where it's like, I think especially just around this time of year too, it's like one of those things where it's like, you're kind of like, how come I'm not further? How come I'm not here? How come I'm not there? And then like you have to put in perspective. It's like, well, just fucking last week, I didn't have even this. You know what I mean? Like last year, like, I mean, people were maybe starting to check for me, but now people are like, oh, this motherfucker does this. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of have to just keep looking at it. Like I took like 1,000 baby steps to get to this first big step. So like, how do I make those next 1,000 steps to get to, the next big step or whatever it is?
No, you like from the short moment, I feel like I haven't known you that long, but
it's probably been like what, 2 years now, a year and a half.
Yeah, about a year and a half now. But in that short amount of time, it feels like I can see how much you've grown with your, with your art, with your commitment to what you're trying to do. Whereas like, that a lot of people lose interest in what they do over time, and they have a brand, but they're not really pushing it. They have some stuff that they put out that might be the same stuff that they've been doing for the past 5 years, like they really haven't changed anything about it. And their brand just became a brand that wasn't really like, I'm going to be more specific for like clothing. Like I just seen some people that ever since like I started getting more into the scene out here, the community and stuff. I see people stuff that looks the same as when I saw it. Like,
yeah.
already hitting 2024. This was like 4 years ago now. So it's like, it's literally,
bro, we can't keep doing
it's
that.
like, it's like the only thing that's changed is just like a color, but it's literally the same material, same side and everything, where it's like, I want to see those, no hating on anyone. I just want to see those people grow and continue. It's like, whether are you like fully invested in your making your clothing, or are you just
or
invested in your brand of who you are as an individual? Like, is that what you want? Like, depends, you know. I understand everyone's time is different. Everyone has, you know, resources are different. But what I can say about you is the consistency you're pushing out. You're going for it and making different things, which I think not a lot of people are doing. There's only I feel like there's a handful of people only in the Bay Area that are actually doing it that I'm aware of. I mean, there probably is a lot more, but that I'm aware of, that I'm seeing on social media, that have like an actual product that they're putting out.
Yeah,
products, not like product, like they're putting out stuff, you know.
Yeah. I agree with you for most of it. Like what you're saying, like I feel like there's a few handfuls. I'm not gonna say there's one handful, but there are a few handfuls of people who are extremely talented and they're like changing up the game, but then they don't know how to market themselves, or they do know how to market themselves and they're one of, you know, the select hand few that are like, oh, I'm changing the game and I'm a great marketer at it. And then, you know, then there are those other people who kind of get stuck in the game. There are people who, when I started clothing back in 2016, are still making, like you said, like the same t-shirt or the same t-shirt, different clothing, and it's like, or a different color, and it's like, I personally couldn't be that person, because it's like, you know that term, like when it's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it or whatever. It's like, that's obviously broken. Is that working for you? You know? So it's just like, I feel like if I'm gonna be like compared to like other people around us, I want to be like kind of compared to people who are at least trying something different. You don't have to, I'll say I'm the best, but like you don't have to say I'm the best. You know what I mean? Like you can be like, hey, like I can appreciate that you did this, and this, and this, and this, and it's all different, because that's all, at least I'm trying, you know? Like there are a bunch of people here who like are still using Gildan tees. No shame to people who use Gildan tees at all, promise. But like, I don't know, there are people who stick to that for like their whole life, and it's like, dog, like you got to try something else. Like you can make a new logo, you can make a different kind of jacket with fucking stripes on it, you can, I don't know, use your imagination. What's some shit that you would want to wear yourself? Don't just stick to the t-shirt with the print on it, you know what I mean? Or whatever with the print on it, hoodie, sweats, whatever. I feel like a lot of people do that out here, and it's no shame to it. I do it too, but like don't make that the only thing you do, you know?
No, that's like solid advice. You know, I, like you said, you know, there is those individuals that are doing the same thing, but it's like, if you have some hype behind the stuff you're doing, you got to go for it, because the hype does die down. Oh yeah. Like your hype does not, you're not hyped forever. And so you have to keep inventing yourself sometimes. Yeah. And you have to keep growing. So that's why, you know, you build upon what you have. And I feel like you're doing that. And I see other people doing it, but I don't see a lot of people doing it. And that's what I'm trying to get at, is like, there's people that are building upon what they're doing, and they're growing, and they're making stuff, and they're like growing with it, the ups and the downs of it. Yeah, and they're trying to push, they're trying to push it. They're trying to like, you know, strive to make it, whereas, you know, they can compete with, not only because you are competing, that's just reality of it. But it's a healthy competition. It's not like,
I see it that way. I'm sure that other people don't, though.
It's not like, it's not like you're saying like, oh, only get my stuff and blah blah blah. No, it's a healthy competition, because you need healthy competition in order to grow, because you have to be able to judge yourself on certain things, because, you know, the markets are set that way, and it's done by like the higher end fashion stuff, and so they set the trends, people copy the trends, and then those trends are passed down, and people are trying to like make stuff in that way or that style, whatever it might be. So it's like I feel like you get to that level of you're competing with your local area, and then you get bigger and bigger, and you compete at a, like maybe a statewide, and maybe you go nationwide. You keep going. Maybe you skip the statewide. Maybe you go straight up to that point, because it's like, you know, like, do you envision yourself growing outside of the Bay Area?
I really want to. I think that's like the thing that's kind of frustrating me the most is like, I feel, I'm not going to say like be super conceited sounding, but like, I feel like I'm somewhat well known like in the Bay Area, and that's really cool. And I really like that. Like it feels awesome, but like, I also want to feel that in LA. I also want to feel that in San Diego. I want to feel that in Texas. I want to feel that in New York. I want to feel that in fucking North Carolina, North Dakota. Like, I want to feel that like everywhere I go. Like, and not to an extent where it's like me, but like the brand itself.
You want to see it grow, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like, you know, I would love to have a fucking shop in Japan if that was fucking possible.
Have you had an out of state sale?
Yeah. I've made sales out of state. I had done that since probably like 2016, 2017. But it's never like, it's not often as I would like it to be. Does that make sense? It's like once every, now it probably happens like once every like, I want to say like 3 to 6 months maybe, you know, I'll get one. But like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, it'd be like once a year, you know, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Someone in North Carolina? Like, oh shit, you know?
And it's just the way how you market yourself to get to that point of like, how do you come across the right individuals for it to do that, right? How do you get someone from North Carolina to see your stuff?
Yeah. I think a big part of it, at least like something that I'm trying to build upon, and I see it work sometimes, so I feel like it works, but you know, it's a varying process. And it's something that I've had conversations with about people, but like the whole point of like me calling it Rebel Status Collective, and like it's a collective, is like, you can be a part of it. You can, you know, like support however you want, add whatever thoughts you want to it. Say that you're in Rebel Status Collective. Say that you're, you know, like this is very much your thing as much as it is my thing. Like, even though I'm the one doing everything, making all this stuff, I very much want you to feel like you are part of a community of people that you feel like you could, you know, trust and hang out with, or, you know, wear cool clothes with, whatever that is. And so that's what I'm kind of trying to do. That's kind of why I don't like being like, oh, I'm the creator. You know what I mean? That's kind of why I throw it off on Frosty sometimes, or whoever. Like, just be like, ooh, this is the guy, not me. You know what I mean? Because it's much easier, I feel like, to make it anonymous, because it makes it more fun. Because then anyone could just be like, oh yeah, I'm Rebel Status, and it's just like, sure you are, whatever you want, you know. So I feel like that's kind of what I'm at least trying to get more into, like learning, is like how to make it more inclusive to everybody, and how do you like include people.
That's the goal of like, once you achieve that part, you'll be at that on your way
to the fucking first start.
Well, I mean, see, that's the part I'm talking about, of like seeing you grow and seeing you, you know, keep reaching new levels and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know how many other people are striving for that as well. Because it is hard. It's like, it's time consuming. Like, how many hours you put into this? You know, how much money have you invested into yourself doing this? Yeah, so it's like, there's a reason why there's some individuals that don't change up from what they're creating, because it might not make sense to them for what they're trying to do because of how much money and time you have to invest in it.
I think that's kind of part of it though too. I mean, like, we had this conversation kind of earlier, and not in the same regard, I'm going to say it, but like, check this out. So like, you just bought this camera however long ago, like a month, 2 months ago now, right?
Yeah, about 2 months ago now.
And you spent hella bread on it.
Yeah.
How much money? You don't have to say, but you spent like, more than $1,000, right?
It was like over 2,000.
That's a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm doing the same thing, but for boxes of clothes.
So you're doing it at a higher volume?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like, that's like one box of clothes. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm getting 4 boxes next month for the rest of the year. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So people, like, I'm telling people like, hey, I spent X amount of money on this. People are looking at me and going, what the fuck? You're an idiot. You are so stupid. And I'm looking at it like, this is like what I love to do though. Like, if you gave me like $100,000, I'm probably going to spend $95,000, $97,000, $98,000 on the clothes.
If I had that much money, I would buy a more expensive camera.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just like, I don't know. I feel like you have to kind of fall in love with it. You have to fall in love with being super, super comfortable with being like, you know what? My money isn't important. Like, let me get this vision
I,
right.
I would have bought a cinema camera, and I didn't realize how expensive cinema cameras are, and they're like $40K.
Wait, cinema camera, like the ones that they play in the movie theaters? Or
Yeah, like a movie theater, like the ones that record like the movies, like do we see?
Oh, gotcha,
like an actual cinema camera, like they're.
Why the fuck would you do
They're mess because I want to make movies.
$40K, bro? That's
if I had the money, I would do it.
Couldn't you just rent it for like a month or something?
You could rent it, but if I had the money, I would definitely spend it.
That's mania. That's
I would definitely buy one.
40K.
I probably wouldn't. I probably would buy a used one, probably like an older model.
Just just 20K, not 40.
I would probably spend like half of it, but I would still get something because
that's a car. Dog. That's crazy.
Because you're spending that, like that's how much like a cinema camera costs. Like I think on one top of my head I saw for like 38K, but it's just the body of the camera. It's not the lens. The lenses are expensive. Like cameras are expensive because like I didn't think about that when I bought my camera. I was like, I spend that much money on the body, but it came with the kit lens, which I use, which is good. Yeah. It's a good kit lens. I mean, it's variable, so it's like you have your 20 millimeters. It's full frame, so you get 20 millimeters up to like 60, which is great for me when I'm doing recording for like shows and stuff because I get up close.
Yeah.
But if I want another lens, the lens that I'm looking at right now is like $500.
Oh, that's not even that bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but it's like, but it's just for it's for a fixed focal length though. It's like, it's one focal length and it's just like one lens. And it's like, I have to keep investing in lens in order to change what I want, like the styles that I want to do and stuff. So I was it's going to be an investment because like next year, I have to like invest more into it because I'm gonna have to buy more. I'm actually have to buy lenses for what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to learn like the actual lenses that I use the most, like the size that I actually use the most that I want because I want a lower aperture. So when a bigger aperture. So when I'm recording in like low light, I have more light to come in. So probably like a f2.8 or something like that, or maybe probably they're all standard like f 2.8, so like a 24 millimeter f 2.8 or like even a 50 millimeter or like even like a longer lens too if I need it for like if I ever want to do more portrait stuff. So it's like I'm thinking constantly of like how much you have to invest in it, but what I really want to do is make like a kit out of it where I'm like, you buy the rig, like you rig it up.
Yeah.
So like I put like a small rig on it, and then I have like a top handle, and then
that would be
I can put the mic to the side. I can add a light to it and all this other stuff. Add a like a, get another battery, do all this other crazy stuff. Because I've actually used it where like I had a full charge where I used it for the entire time till the battery died. Like
wow.
And I'm holding it the entire time with my hands, and I'm just exhausted afterwards. That's the stuff I'm learning now. Like I'm like, damn, is there an easy way to carry these things? Like,
have you seen
this shit fucking sucks.
Things though now.
I'm just carrying it with my hands like this.
There are those dudes that have like builds where it's like a thing that like holds them.
Yeah,
like
but they're using expensive ass cameras though.
Yeah, I guess that's real.
Like heavy cameras. My camera's not that heavy. I mean, it's still heavy, but it's like I'm gonna do that with my little camera.
I mean, look like you have like a toddler in there. I
need to do something though, because that's one thing that I did learn, like that I was struggling with, is like learning that I have to find better ways to carry it, because I am struggling because my arms are killing me afterwards. Like the next day I'm just so dead and tired because
picking up them
like I didn't even want to like transfer over the audio or start editing because I'm just so dead tired.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what I'm talking about, consistency, where I'm like I need to have a better workflow.
Yeah.
Of like getting the footage to turning it over to doing things I need to do with it, and getting to a space where I'm cool with what I'm doing going forward. But that's probably my next thing. Instead of buying the lenses, like I do want to rig it out to like I could get it to I could actually look professional when I'm going to do a show, because I've seen other videographers. I went to, because the last time when the week that you went to San Diego, the day after I was at Afterthought show.
Yeah.
And the headliner or whatever, he had his own video.
Who was the headliner? Some
guy from Boston.
Oh, okay.
That was like the East Coast crew.
Okay, gotcha.
He had a videographer dude, and that guy had a full on like.
Yeah, this whole thing.
He had the whole rigged up and everything. I think he might have had it on a. I don't know if he had like the top handle with like the rigged out cage, or he had it on a gimbal.
Oh, okay.
But he had a light on it, and like it was like all professional. And I'm just there holding my little camera, and I kind of felt like, all right,
damn, yeah. This dude's big dicking you right now.
I know, but I was just like, I'm able to do it. That's the reason why I spent more on it, because I was like, it's really good at low light, and I could handheld it, and I could be okay. Whereas I didn't need to buy all the other extra stuff to do it, so it just holding me off right now. But I still want to get it better because sometimes I'd be watching it and the footage would be like all wobbly, and I'm like, damn, that sucks. Yeah, it's because I had to move because I was like tired.
You're like, fuck. Yeah. No, I get it. I felt that way when I started doing it because you started letting me use it to edit up some stuff, and it's been really fun. But there are moments where I'm like, fuck, like I wish I knew how to do this better. Like I wish I was a videographer at heart. Like,
yeah, that's the thing I learned. I'm like, I didn't know you have to hold it a certain way. You have to make sure you can't be turning it too fast because then you get the wobble, you get the shake, like the camera shake.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called.
I think it's just called the wobble, isn't it?
I don't know, whatever the fuck it's called. But sometimes it looks like jello, and you're just like,
yeah, you're like, fuck,
how did that happen?
Yeah, this isn't what I wanted to happen at all.
Yeah, so I was like, maybe it was like, do I get a gimbal? Because then if I get a gimbal, then it's gonna be more weight than I'm at to hold.
One hand, I'm like, you're gonna have to be two-handing it because that thing's way too fucking heavy.
It is pretty big, but I'm enjoying it because it really is a step up from where I came, because I had like a little camera that I used before that was solid, that I used it, but it can't keep up for what I'm doing now. It's like night and day difference of what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I'm like, oh shit, it is worth it then for me. And that was it. That was worth it enough to like, even just doing one show, I was like, okay, I like this shit.
Yeah,
I really do. Like, it's fun. Like, this is like,
it's fun.
This shit is fucking sick.
That is good though. We love some shit like that.
Just being fucking creative. I don't know.
We love a little creativity. Here, wait, did you still want to do your Spotify Wraps? Because we're getting here.
Oh shit.
15 minutes. We might as well.
What's your? Oh yeah.
We can. Mine's pretty basic. It's almost the same from last year, but I'll share it real quick. So my top artists. Who do you think my top artist is?
Let me see. What's your top artist? You go first.
Okay. So number one for top, or let's go backwards. So first, my top genre, which is kind of rude, I feel like, is Cali rap. I feel like that's rude as fuck to do to me.
Oh shit.
You're listening to Mac Miller. You're just you
go through yours. Sure, you go through yours.
Okay. So my number 5 artist was Nipsey Hussle.
Nice.
Number 4 was Rebel Status.
Nice.
So made it into my own top 5. Number 3 was Rex Life Raj, which doesn't surprise me at all. Number 2 was La Russell, which doesn't surprise me. And number 1, Neff the Pharaoh. Which I don't know. I love Neff the Pharaoh. I'm a huge Neff the Pharaoh fan. I just didn't expect him to be number 1.
Like, how much were you playing of them?
Bro, I'm telling you, he has 2 songs in my top 10 or top 5 songs, and one song I'm almost positive, like the day it came out, I just played it like a bunch of times back to back, and it became my number 1 song.
Well, it was your favorite genre, Cali rap, is it?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
Cali rap.
What about you?
All right, let me go on mine.
Listen, yeah, it's doing Nikes on my feet. Oh.
All right, so my number 1 genre was
let's see.
My number 1 genre was rap, and then the second one was Cali rap, the reggaeton, alternative metal, and hyphy.
Wow, that's quite all over the place.
I'm all over the place. What place did it give you? Did you do this one? The year,
it gave me fucking like it gave me Oakland.
Mine gave me Hayward.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
We're both some East Bay cats at heart.
It gave me Hayward. It was like, Hayward were Stunnaman 02 is
the most listened to artist.
I guess.
Hayward.
I was like,
that's hella funny.
Let me see. Yeah. I don't know. Mine says Hayward.
That's so wild. I wouldn't even think that would be like a choice, but hey, I guess you sound like you're from Hayward.
What was the next one?
Let me see. Let me go through the actual thing, because mine is I just screenshotted my thingy. I can go back though. Replay from beginning. Let's see.
You're from some people get some funny ones, like where they're listening from.
One place listen just like you, Oakland, USA. Okay, so it was wait, was this the next one that you wanted me to show you? The played songs. This song really connected. No,
there's how many different artists you listen to? Do you have that one on there?
Oh, let me see. Wait, what? You played 1,000, but you had your top songs. Timeless Construct. We could check anyway. You listen to 1000.
Oh, you listen to 1094. That's a lot of artists in 1 year.
I feel like I did not listen to that much music this year.
Let me see what I. Oh shit. I listened to 1,864.
You listen to almost 1,000 more than me. See, I didn't even listen to that much music this year.
I was listening.
I was not.
Well,
this was not really a good year for me.
Who was your top song? Oh, you said
mine was Neftafara. What do you like?
my top song was Smoothies.
1991. That's hella funny. You're listening to it 100 days or 100 times. That one time that you told me to use it as a commercial.
Yeah, I was listening over and over again.
Yeah, I bet.
This one I really liked though was the when it goes through your months. When it tells
you, yeah, I did like that.
Was your month so different? Like, how does your months go?
Mine weren't that much different. I'll show you. I had, so my number one, Neftafara, says I was listening the most in October, which I think is when he dropped his new album, so it makes sense. Then it was Lil Russell, said that I listened the most in September, which is when his Cali Bear, I think, song came out, which is what I listened to the most. And then Rex Life Raj, it says I listened to the most in May. I don't know why in May. I don't know. I listened to a lot of Father Figure too, so probably just crying. I don't know. Rebel Status, I listened to the most in January, which is when the Vader song came out, so that would make sense. And then Nipsey, it says I listened to the most in February, and that's a month before his, I don't know, annual passing date. I was probably feeling real nostalgic. On
mine, I got Larry June back in July. I think that's when I went to go watch him.
Oh, yeah.
He was playing at Oracle.
Yep. Okay.
Then at Brent Faiyaz in July, too. I don't know why.
Oh, no, yeah.
I don't know.
He just dropped a new album, didn't he?
He did.
It sounds pretty good from what I've
Lamb of God in June.
Who?
Lamb of God.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
And then Chicano Batman.
Chicano Batman. Fire. Okay.
Do you know there?
Yeah, I do, actually. I've seen them in Berkeley, actually.
And then Santa Fe Clan in August.
I don't know who that is.
It's a Mexican rapper.
Clan? Sounds crazy with a K.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, hey, chill, dog. Santa Fe, chill. Chill,
Clan.
Santa Fe.
It's Clan, not Clan. It's
Clan. Oh, it's Clan? Oh, he's Spanish.
I think it's the same thing. Honestly.
He's a Hispanic guy.
He's from Mexico.
Does he speak in Spanish when he raps or sings or whatever?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay,
he raps in Spanish.
He
raps a little bit in both, but mostly Spanish. It was crazy though because like one of the dudes he had a song with, like he was like like another top artist in Mexico that rapped as well.
Okay.
And he was really big too, but they just like shot him in his house.
Oh fuck!
Like they just killed him. Like Mexico's wild. It's wild.
Yeah. That fucking cartel shit is crazy to think about.
So the most embarrassing thing is my top songs though.
Yeah, I'm so confused. How could it be embarrassing for you?
My top songs were Geek a Leak.
Okay, so OGZ in the building.
Smoothies in 1991.
Okay, Larry.
And then I had Sweet Lady at number 4.
O3 Greedo?
O3 Greedo.
You like O3 Greedo like that? Okay.
I like that song. I don't know. I kept listening to it over and over.
It's a good song. Yeah, I
Been
like
Away by Brent Faiyaz. And then Dieta Buscada is by Santa Fe Clan.
Okay.
But I don't know how to speak Spanish that well, so it comes out weird.
Listen to the music like
I'm
that.
just vibing off of things I don't know. Hey, I kind of know, but not really.
That too. It's okay. I've recently
can't understand, but not really.
Bro, I went to this bar recently, not to drink, but like.
Do people think you're Latino?
No. Oh. So we were at this bar in Oakland, and they were playing like a bunch of like house music, and then it switched to like Korean house music. So like,
ooh, sick.
It was like like how house music just kind of repeats like a beat. But like in between that, there'd just be like a Korean woman like talking, and I was like, I fuck with this so hard.
Was it sick?
Yeah, I started like deep diving into Korean.
So one of the favorite thing I like about Instagram is that like there's like these random posts that I've always like, you'll like my song, blah blah, and there's always like these bands that put out a thing where you like their music. So I've been finding so much music through that way, and then I found this Japanese like all girl punk band that they're coming to the Fillmore in February, I think, and I really want to go to the show. And I was like listening to them for a while.
Performing in the Fillmore?
Not in the Fillmore, but they're in the Fillmore area. I think there's that one venue that's right there by the off of Geary.
Origin?
It's right off of Geary.
Off Geary
like right off of Geary and Fillmore. It's not the Fillmore, it's the other one that does shows. It's like a known venue.
Like I know what you're talking about, but
I forgot what it's called. But it's like right next to the Goodwill. You know
yeah. I do know which one you're talking about.
That one, I think they're playing it there, and
I'd be kind of down to go see that.
I was like, I don't even know what the fuck they're saying. It's all in Japanese, so it's like.
But
But they're like
are
really
they hitting it? Are they
yeah,
like,
their videos are hella funny because I watch them on like YouTube too.
okay.
And so they're like really quick. So it's just like I don't know, like it was just sick. I've been getting into like punk more because like my other coworker at the bar that I work with, he loves punk.
Yeah.
And he's a dude from Memphis. And then I remember he was just like, he's a black dude from Memphis, and he was like, I bet you didn't think I know like punk.
Like, you'd bet right. Yeah.
Because he's hella into punk and he knows all these like cool ass shit. So I've been getting into that, and then I don't know, I just been liking punk more. It's very fun.
Interesting.
It's just fun, but I also been like my music, it's
kind of
more
eclectic.
I'm trying to expand it because last year I felt like
that.
my music was literally the same shit I listened to back in 2011. It was like I was stuck. I felt like I'm finally get to that point where I was stuck in the era. And I was listening to the same shit.
That's kind of how I feel this year. I was
and
like,
I don't want to get stuck.
I don't like this. Yeah.
Larry June's been my top artist for 3 years in a row now. So I'm like, maybe
like
I gotta give someone else a chance.
Yeah.
I gotta start listening to other music.
Yeah.
But I fucking love Larry. So it's like,
hey, I mean,
it's one of my favorites.
Great performer, great artist, great rapper, great guy, probably. I don't know.
Maybe. I was waiting for him to throw me an orange one time.
Yeah. You were waiting for the moment.
Because I went to go watch him, and I think it was July. We watched him in Oakland, and I was like, they didn't throw
at the Fox.
I was in front too. I was like, throw me an orange.
Does he do that at shows? Does he throw oranges?
I've seen him do it a couple times.
I've
seen him do it at Outside Lands.
That's pretty funny. That's probably like a time to do it though.
Yeah.
You know? Nice and outdoors.
Because they're fucking launching him.
But
that was like my favorite time watching him. I feel like he was the best right there because just the crowd was insane. It was just like
loving him. Yeah.
It was sick.
Yeah, I bet.
It was like a good memory. There was like they have like inflatable things. There was like people that were in these like
beach balls.
Well, no, there was like a inflatable like a one piece like dragon suit. I don't know if it was a dragon, but it was like a one piece thing. But it was like a lot of people in it, and they like literally went through the crowd and were getting like hyped up.
Interesting.
It was
one
super
piece
sick.
Thing? Interesting.
I wish I would have recorded it. It was like super.
How do you know
sick.
it was a one piece thing?
Because I saw all these people like lined up together, going with it together. Maybe in my head, that's what it looked like.
Wait, what is One Piece to you? What is
it? Was like a
anime?
Like it was a One Piece inflatable thing. Like everyone was like controlling.
You're not talking about an anime, are you?
I don't know what it was.
I'm like, what? I'm like thinking you're talking about pirates.
No, it was just like
One Piece.
It was like an inflatable thing where they're all controlling inside. You know, like they do like in Chinatown when they do the dragons for the festival.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to get at.
You're not talking about the anime.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I kind of get embarrassed in my Spotify rap. I feel like it just like
it's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Stuck to the same thing. I want people to see my Spotify rap and they're like, damn, that person has fucking taste.
That person is eclectic.
They know what they're.
I also want that, bro. I have California rap as my #1 genre.
I'm in there too. Last year I had Southern rap.
When Poozy put you on to who did he put you on to again? I forget.
Fucking
Soulja Slim? Was it Soulja Slim? Fucking 2022.
That was a deep dive.
You're like, bro, Soulja Slim is so
that was a deep dive.
That was a good time. We need to have Poozy back on the show.
I know. I see him always putting in hella work too. So
he is. He's going really hard. We need to get all the people that we've had / new people.
We should go back. We could circle around and see what they're up to and like record them where they're at in their space.
Yeah, I know.
Like go to their show and then record them at their show and be like, hey, blah blah blah.
That'd be fire. Yeah, I'm sure they'd be super cool with that, especially if we just show up to the show.
That'd be fucking sick. And then I'll just get like a smaller version of this on the go, so we can actually use mics.
Can you actually do that? Are there portable versions of those?
Well, there's little recorders, and they use some of them use batteries, and so you plug in these.
That's kind of cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's what I should have got. This thing's too fucking big.
Yeah, it is pretty fucking huge, but it's nice though. Also, yeah, I definitely would like to get more into being consistent, like for us at least.
Oh yeah,
coming
sure.
here because. Ooh, I know we started out really good, but then I started. I mean, we both did, but I was definitely like, I am so busy right now. I can't do this.
Yeah, me too. Like this shit happens. You know, life happens.
Yeah, but I would like to take this to the next level too, for sure, because there's so much stuff we can still do with this. You know what I mean?
If I get a portable one, I wouldn't have to be constrained to doing it here. We could do it wherever.
That'd be true. Yeah, it'd be fun. But I mean, it's still nice to do it here too. It's just we gotta. I don't know, maneuver and wiggle.
We got some plans in store, so Thank you, man. Thank you for listening to another episode on Cutty Convos.
Cutty Convos. What was your Spotify Wrapped? Say it in the comments, or something. I don't know. Can you guys comment for us, please?
Please, just like
and
it.
Subscribe and all that stuff.
Just like it.
This is episode something. It's a lot of episodes. Here, look. I'll put something on for the people. We love you. Have a nice day, and. Yeah.
Try me with a large amount. You don't get a percentage of nothing, you ain't around with us. You gon' hold me up, your ass took like an hour or something. I'ma hold it down, you think I'm outside for nothing? 2 things I'ma do, politic and get some pay. Bitch, I know your ass outside, you bustin' a date. Why the fuck would I slow down, you watching my pace? My reverend told me to rev, nigga, I'ma stay in my lane. If I'm being honest, your hoe was astonished. She gon' break her neck for me and that's the problem. Nigga, why you mad? You ain't nothing but a broken promise. I can sell her ass a dream, I'd rather be modest. I ain't slick talking with this mouthpiece, you got a few options. Rock with a nigga, see me at the top then. I'm sliding to the Florida Keys, but I'm still locked in. Hella mad, I'm your baby mama son, top 10. I know you tryna be a Barbie, check it out, I'm not Ken. I'm like Craig, a real nigga, bitch, I gotta get it in. I ain't about to share my low with you all day, I dropped the pen. I done slid around the city.